Welcome back.
Lee, Mike, and Nick here.
So tonight.
How's it going, everyone? Thank you so much for clicking on the video. This is a little experiment we're going to do today. We got Mike here, we got Lee, and this is Lee playing Mike some music.
And you.
And me, of course. I haven't heard this before. Mike hasn't heard it. You have heard it. But this is a blind reaction. So Mike does not know what's being played. Only you guys. So that's the fun of the video, right? Any words before we do this about... We can't spoil anything.
I just want to know if you know who it is and if you like it.
After. Okay. So I already know who it is, but I might hate it. Yes. I don't know. I don't think so because So now, Mike, just look away for a second. And I'm going to pull it up. That's the one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you guys for being here.
Okay.
You can.
Okay. And if you liked what you told me you just liked, then you're going to like this.
This is very different. Wow. I would have no idea.
I know.
You say that I put chains on you, but I don't think that's really true. But if you wanna be free from me, you gotta lose me in another world. Send me to the Congo, I'm free to leave. There's always somewhere anybody can leave. Send me to the Congo, you have to believe. You can do it if you wanna, just do what you please. Like a soldier ant, I will wait for the signal to act, to take a walk right through the door. If you don't want me here anymore, send me to the Congo, I'm free to leave. There's always somewhere anybody can leave. Send me to the Congo, you have to believe. You can do it if you wanna, just do what you please. Into my heart you came and gave a whole new meaning to my life. Into my world you brought a light. I thought it never would go out. Send me to the Congo, I'm free to leave. There's always somewhere anybody can leave. Send me to the Congo, you have to believe. You can do it if you wanna, just do what you please. You can send me to the Congo, I'm free to leave. There's always somewhere anybody can leave. Yes, you can send me to the Congo, you have to believe. You can do it if you wanna, just do what you please. You can send me to the Congo, I'm free to leave. There's always somewhere anybody
Wow.
can
Okay, I have so much to say. So much to say. Okay. So you didn't see, right? We're gonna reveal in a second. Let me just tell you. Like, I actually looked at you, nodded, like, wow. So it's obviously very different, but I would have never in a million years known what band it is.
Yep.
But I really like it. It's very different. It's more the style that I expected. But the voice.
But you wouldn't have even known from the keyboards and the bass, would you?
Nothing. No. Nothing makes sense. Nothing sounds like the stuff before or the stuff that I know. I would have been like, I don't know, like maybe like I don't know. It sounded what's that band that sings Epic?
Oh, Faith No More?
Right? Maybe a little bit Faith No More, right?
Definitely a little bit more
not as heavy. Yeah, because it's very synth heavy. I love that chord, that change, the entire change. So do you have any idea what this is?
Well, I didn't hear Peter Gabriel and I didn't hear Phil Collins, but knowing Lee, I'm still going to say it was Genesis.
That's impossible. That's impossible. Okay, reveal. How did you know it was Genesis?
Well, because Lee.
Maybe you saw your phone.
No, I didn't.
Maybe you do know Genesis. Maybe you do know their style.
I'll tell you this: it did sound nothing like Genesis.
Nothing.
And I actually kind of liked it.
Maybe our job is done.
Yes, we basically succeeded.
Yeah.
Because maybe you.
No, I'm not saying that I like all Genesis.
Right. So
no offense to the Genesis fans, but the reason I think I like it is because it doesn't sound like Genesis.
Right. You totally. So. That's amazing. That's amazing that you liked it. So you think it's something with Phil Collins' voice that you don't really dig?
No, because I like Phil Collins. I like Peter Gabriel. I cannot stand either of them with Genesis.
Okay, because of the prog.
Maybe. I don't know.
But just for the viewers, remember Alexia. She hated prog music. All the diddly daddly doodly deedly boodly but all the madness. It's too busy. Literally, busy. Like we're quoting Alexia here. Quote unquote, it's too busy. No quote, it's too busy, unquote. I understand because I remember when I was into metal, I didn't like prog at all. It was just, and I still have a friend to this day, and he told me, metal with keyboards is not metal. I'm like, are you serious?
I'm not going to disagree with that.
But I mean,
it depends on the keyboards.
Right. Yeah.
Because there's sometimes the keyboards are so cheesy, and I'm like, you've got this heavy guitar, heavy bass, growly vocals, pounding drums,
and then
and it's like,
it has to sound like a metal guitar, like Jordan Rudess or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And to me, honestly, this didn't sound like Genesis because the keyboards weren't proggy, the guitar wasn't proggy, the beat wasn't proggy. It was very much more along the lines of more of a pop or
more of the line. It sounded a little bit since I knew what it was, but I was just like I would have not recognized this at all. It did remind me like Phil Collins era, but Phil Collins by himself, not even Genesis, because the prog is literally stripped away. Mm-hmm. But I really like this album, like Calling All Stations.
It's
even
really
the
good.
logo.
It's so different. If you, when it came out, I was like, okay, I heard this on the radio or whatever, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy this because I love this band, but I'm gonna go into it thinking it's a different band. Right. And if you do that, it's a great album. If you're expecting,
so let me ask
if you're expecting Foxtrot or
right. Yeah. So I'm sorry because you don't know the musicians, but is this Peter?
No, this is a guy. This is what I looked up. It's a guy named Ray Wilson. I knew I'd never remember his name.
Because I'm sorry, I said Peter. Tony
Banks. No.
Tony Banks. Tony Banks is also not on there.
Oh no, he's on there, and Mike Rutherford is on there too.
Yeah, because I the other day I said Peter Banks.
Oh,
such a genius, which is from another band.
Yeah, from.
But so Tony Banks is on here, and what happened to Phil? Is he on the drums?
No,
he just left.
He was doing solo stuff.
Oh wow!
So
they kept going. That's crazy. That's
and
like
just
a third
version
of Genesis. And then what came after this? Let me just.
I think I'm trying to remember which one.
Calling all stations. Wow. I guess we haven't gotten this far. Let's see. Oh, it's like the last one.
Was that the last one?
Then did they start touring then as Genesis again? Like they never really released anything in a studio?
I guess they didn't. Because after Abacab, I kind of lost track of like what came when.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, no, I take that back. I knew Genesis as well. I bought this, but
that's so funny that we remember that our first reaction to Genesis was on this self-titled Genesis, the Silver Rainbow, and I love the track.
And I love your reaction because all the way, that's Phil Collins. Oh wait, no, that's Peter Gabriel. No, that's Phil Collins.
And then suddenly I say, okay, Tarzan, because that's all I knew of Phil Collins as a solo artist, the soundtrack of Tarzan. And it was kind of like out of the bag. That's definitely Phil Collins. Well, I'm very happy that you did like it. I loved it. But again, it's one of those things that a lot of Genesis fans are going to be like, oh, wow. But we have literally one of the biggest fans here sitting of all the like Foxtrot. That's your favorite. Is that your favorite album? And then, I mean, I'm like a mini Genesis fan compared to him. But I think
I like everything from Foxtrot, skipping Duke. There's some songs I like on there. I don't understand the fascination where everybody's like, this is their best album. Abacab, I think, is fantastic. And then it kind of goes down.
So they have said that Duke is their best album?
I've seen that a lot. Oh, wow. I don't know why. There's some good songs on there, but there's some that are just so, to me, they're just not.
Like very forgettable? So...
And you still need to hear this one.
Yes, I know. So I've heard Trespass, not all of it. The Lamb, of course, we've done the whole thing. Selling England, Foxtrot, Nursery Crime. We did the entire thing on Patreon. And then I just have a soft spot.
And you did Trick of the Tail, too.
Yeah, I have a soft spot for these three, that trilogy here.
What's the trilogy?
I think that like the first three with Phil Collins for me is like a trilogy, and then it kind of like started sounding differently. Yeah. I think when Steve Hackett left, when then there were three. Yeah. But really, really cool. Thank you so much for thinking of this, because you threw him off, you threw me off, and maybe even the people listening.
Well, I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you.
I would listen to that again.
I'm shocked that you knew who it was.
See, he knows his stuff.
I know you better than people think I do.
Yes,
maybe so.
Well, now it's up to you in the comment section, of course. What did you think of this album? Were you totally not on board because Phil is missing? It's totally a different style of music. Or was this your entry, into Genesis? Maybe, some people start at the weirdest, points, I guess. So maybe some people that was their first Genesis album and they have a soft spot for it. So let us know if that happened. And anything else you want to add?
I don't think so. All I'm going to say is if you're a Genesis fan, you haven't checked this album out, check it out. Just remember, it's not going to be Foxtrot or Nursery Crime or anything like that, but there's a lot of good tracks on here. So cool. it's kind of, it would have been better if they would have called themselves Genesis. To me, it's like if you're going to totally change your sound, you should, like, that's why I stopped listening to Metallica. It's like they got, I might have liked them a little bit better if they just went under a different name, starting with the Black Album, but because it's
really the Black Album for some people is just like the best.
No,
you can't. No, I
there's like 3 good songs on it.
Yeah, no, that happened to me with Load. Load
was terrible.
For me, was the end.
Sorry for any fans, but
yeah, I know. Metallica fans, sorry, but it was just not good. But again, you know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna do the same thing with Alexia.
Oh, okay.
And play her this song, and let's see. I'm sure she's not gonna guess. She doesn't have those ears yet that you have.
If she guesses, I'll fall over.
No, she will not, because she's gonna. Everything still revolves around the voice with her, and especially Genesis. So she's not.
But there's not even, to me, anything in the music that would indicate
nothing. No. Very good guess.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit like the Land of Confusion era.
Right.
A little bit. Once you can kind of compare it.
It just sounds like a band that they know what they're doing, like harmonically, and like just it's very like I don't know, they play their instruments, even they're not playing anything virtuoso like, but it still has all this depth.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what gave it away from Mike. I don't know.
I can see Land of Confusion though. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I mean,
kind of.
Yeah, there's similarities, obviously.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yeah, the different vocalist was genius.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. So again, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.